I'm in the car on my way home from work. I'm almost home. And I was praying after I left work, and I was just reminded of God's goodness and how he miraculously saved my life many, many years ago. And I'm not talking about the miracle of salvation. I was in the car on the way to my mother's house, and she used to live in Trenton at the time, and she lived off of a pretty busy street called South Broad Street. And I was driving and I dropped something, and whatever it was, I can't recall exactly what it was, but it fell on the floor of the passenger side of the car. And I had my blue Ford Taurus. It was a 2002 Ford Taurus. And whatever it was that I dropped, I bend down to get it. And I'm reaching around and I'm rooting around for it, and my head was below the dashboard. And it wasn't the smartest thing to do. Not at all. And as I'm still driving and looking down, my left hand is on the steering wheel, and I just jerk the wheel left violently. And I jump up from being down there, and I course correct real quick. Thank God I didn't flip the car, right? But I look in my rear view, and there was a car parked in the middle of the right lane. I don't know if he was broke down. I don't know what the deal was, but I would have hit that car had I not jerked the wheel to the left. I knew right then and there that it was a miracle. I don't know if it was an angel or if it was just direct intervention from God himself, but I know that God was at work and that God saved my life and the life of whoever was in that car, because I would have smashed right into them. No doubt about it, I would have totaled my car. I could have possibly died. I could have possibly killed them, but God had other plans. And I just remember the stuff like this. Like, this isn't a one-off event. God has shown up so many times in so many different ways and so many places in my life that, I don't understand people who come to faith and then abandon it. When you've really encountered God, when you've seen him at work, how do you turn your back on that? I don't understand how that's possible. I really don't. Now, I'm of the theological conviction that apostasy is real, that one can genuinely be born again, be a member of the body of Christ, and through unbelief, faithlessness, disobedience, willful sin, reject God, reject Christ, and reject their salvation, and ultimately end up damned and in hell. I am of that theological conviction. I believe that it's possible. But here's how I always say it to everybody. I say, I believe you can lose your salvation. I just don't believe that I can lose mine. And what do I mean by that? I mean, where else am I going to go? What else is there once you've known God? What other choice is there? There's nothing greater than Jesus. There's no other genuine option. You always have the option. There's always a choice, but if you put down my favorite meal in front of me and then you give me a plate of grubs, I'm going to choose my favorite meal every time. There's really no choice. I don't want to eat a bunch of bugs when I could be eating pizza, right? So I said all that to say, be encouraged. God is at work. I pray that you know him. I pray that he's shown up in your life. I pray that he continues to do so. I know he's alive, he's active, he's present, he's not going anywhere. I know that he loves his children and would do anything for them. And I just want to thank you for watching. I just want to thank God for being who he is and doing what he does. And on that note, God bless you. I'll catch you in the next one.